Oh, let's fucking do a podcast.
Let's do a podcast. This is the New York episode.
The business of comedy, Big Apple.
Yes. We didn't record. We should have recorded one there. It would have been cool.
No, we don't. Fuck that.
Fuck the city.
No,
Okay.
man, I'm a New Yorker now.
Well,
That's
let's-
why I got this attitude. I don't know if you noticed I had this gruff, kind of
Yes.
tough outer shell on me.
I was just telling
It's
T.
'cause
I was telling our producer before
I'm a New
you
Yorker.
the air. The podcast clips for the ads that we do.
Yeah.
I see all the comments, and all the comments are
People
like,
are pissed.
people hate you.
People are pissed.
Yeah.
You know what's so
You
funny?
specifically.
I know. Because I said something off the cuff about, I go, people keep stopping me and asking
Nobody
me all the
stops
time.
you, bitch.
Yes. And I go, literally what I want to say is, and this is true, I go, it's an ad.
Also, people are so dumb. I'm like, yeah, it's clearly an ad.
Yeah, they paid me to say that.
There's also music overlays.
Yeah.
There's a logo.
You think everybody who is taking Jardian's kayaks? No, it's an ad.
yeah,
Everybody who's taking fucking blood pressure
Chew?
medication, do you think that they actually paint? No, but that's what they're doing in the ad because they pay money. Do I
This
have
should
to
be the
explain
clip. We could drop
economy?
this because
We
we
should.
need to distance ourselves a little bit.
No,
We-
because I'll stand by. I love Muggsy.
yeah,
Jeans.
we do. And by the way, no, we do love the product.
And people, no, you're right. People don't stop me, but people who we know always ask me about it.
Yeah.
Literally, when I was in
Yeah.
New York, because it's funny, whenever I travel and I haven't seen people in a while, the first conversation I have with someone I have not seen in years is they go, "What's with the fucking jeans?"
What's with? And it's always
because
the
they're getting they serve the
getting-
ads to men around our age.
comedy
Bro.
fans. It's
I
all
saw my
us.
cousin for the first time in a few months. He was like, "What is with the jeans?" And I'm like, and I always say the same thing. I go, "Oh, you're talking about the Muggsy 4-way stretch comfort.
Yeah, cashmere lined coming out
lined.
this
They're
winter.
beautiful."
And we started with the plugs.
Hey, it's all plugs, baby.
Okay, but I want to set the stage. So basically, Tyler had a great idea. He's like, I want to do.
I have a
New
lot
York.
of good ideas.
A lot of good ideas. He's like, I want to do New York, but we've done New York before. We had some fun trips early on in our career. Now we're like, man, we're fucking big time. We're headliners. Let's go to New York. Let's do New York different this time. Got an Airbnb for the month.
Just I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, got the
I spent
Airbnb for the
whole
month.
Right, sublet. I got a
Sublet
you
for
know?
a month,
Sublet.
and I was like, okay, let's just. And actually, it was a great idea. I had this thought. I was like, this should be a thing that we do. We should have a Chicago outpost in New York.
I've been
basically
talking about people about doing kind of a timeshare.
timeshare situation where comics from Chicago.
Because,
can go
dude, when I was there, so many people I know who do not live in New York were there.
yes,
People from LA, people from Austin, people from
it
Chicago.
could just be a comedy like convent situation. And so you were there for out of 30 days in the month. How many days were you actually in New York?
I was back here for like 4 days.
wow. Okay, I was
Because
the
I was
inverse.
back here for the
I was
yes, that's true.
there for 4 days, and then here / other places
Yeah.
on the weekends. But
I was there.
okay, so tell me, I want to know, we haven't talked since you got back. We talked a little bit there, but what would you rate? What's the New York review?
What would I rate the city of New York?
First of all, like, because it was going to be a gauge of like, should I move here or not?
I kept telling people. So when I kept telling people. They asked if I was like comics. Be like, "Oh, are you moving here? Are you thinking about it?" I was like, "I'm microdosing, moving to New York."
Yes.
So I'm just like I was here for a little bit.
Which a month in a
spend
city
it-
is a good amount.
Plenty. Honestly, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I got to get up a lot. I'm very lucky to like do a bunch of spots out there. But like, I was really happy to come home because it's home. Like even though like if I moved there, I would be there with both feet. But like I was living out of a suitcase. Like I was pretty there, but like I wasn't like cooking. I wasn't like so I was just like eating out every
Still kind of
meal.
like it felt like an extended stay.
Eating
not
out
like
every
a
meal,
move,
like
yeah.
which was there's a lot of great. We had some good meals. I had a lot of great meals, but then it's a lot of like me fucking eating a bodega sandwich like 3 days in a row, you know. But yeah, I had a great time. Overall review of the city.
For comedy, not just the city.
For comedy. Well, no, we'll do both. As a place, 5 out of 10. And that's high. I mean, I think it's pretty
Damn.
good. I
You
like.
hear that,
No,
New York?
I that's me. I'm talking shit. I really love it, man. I had a great time there. For comedy, it's a funny thing. I was telling comics, I'm like thinking about moving there. They were all like grabbing me, being like shaking me, like, "Why would you come here?"
Well, we were talking
Why
with some
would you
comics
come
after
there?
shows there.
Or people would be like, "I'm going to move to Chicago."
Yes,
I was
they're like,
"Great."
I'd rather move. They're like, we're thinking about coming there. We're
Yeah.
like, no, we're talking about coming here.
Because they don't get up. And like I was so many people I would be on a show with and I'd be like, "Oh, where are you at tomorrow?" And they're like, "I don't have a show for 9 more days." And I was like, whoa. Because there is kind of a bump when you're from out of town. You're getting more spots,
Yeah.
like whatever. And we know so many people there or people we've met or done favors for when they've come here. So I had so many favors to call in. But the other thing about doing stand up there is like some of the shows are great. If you're doing it at like a high level and some of the clubs are really great, but a lot of the shows, it's such an interesting place in that like I don't know any other. I don't know if LA is really like this, but like if there is more than one person in the audience, they will run a show.
Yeah,
and
there's
call
no
it a show.
There's no the difference between the mic and show is not really delineated.
There's not there are open
Yeah.
mics that are better than
Yes,
shows.
yeah,
you
and
know?
they open mics there pay to play a lot of them.
Yeah.
But then they also have these things that are like they're shows, but they're mics. I mean, they're
the number of
Yeah.
shows that. But the other funny thing, I experienced this when I was there over the summer, just for a couple days. Like there's a lot of barking going on, which I thought
Yeah.
kind of was fun. Like I was out there, hey, comedy show. It's like a game. How many
Yeah.
people can we convince?
well.
to
See,
come
again,
in?
it's a game when you're there for 20
Well,
days.
but it's also like I wouldn't want to do that in Chicago because I'm like I know people here.
Yeah.
New York, like literally, I was like New York. These people are from
yeah, your mom's
these-
friend is like, Tyler, is that
Literally.
you? You're
But
like, no,
but
I'm
like,
doing
in New
fine.
York, it's like these people are from Bulgaria.
Yeah,
like,
who cares?
like you're never gonna see these people again. But you standing out in front of the club with like 8 comics, like begging people to come in.
Yeah.
They get 6 people, so they go, "We're gonna do a show." It's like a 2-hour long show in which every comedian goes up and goes, "You guys suck. You're a shit audience. What's
that you
your
just,
deal?"
by the way,
And I go,
recruited in.
not only did you beg them to come in, you promised them the night of their lives, and then they come
You
in
said
and you
Chappelle
go,
could drop in.
literally, and then you come and you go, "You suck. Fuck you." It's just so funny, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a weird thing to be like obviously we promote shows here and we want people to come, but there's a different connection when you're like, you never want to be like the producer who's like at the door. You feel weird doing all the things. You're like,
Yeah,
there's
right.
the fourth wall is broken.
Oh yeah.
You know, immediately. Usually
Yeah.
we get to choose when to break the fourth wall, but when you're handing out flyers, you're seating people, you get on stage, you're like, I'm the guy from
me
fucking
again.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
like you lose that kind of, oh, that's the comic.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you're like, this
well,
is
I feel like too, especially there, like people find out you're a comedian. It's like meeting a rat in real life. They're like, oh god. They're like, how do we get rid of you guys?
Because in
you know?
New York, there's also so many fucking
Everyone's a
comics.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
best, what clubs do you do and what shows would
Went
you
up
be
at
like?
the comedy shop a lot in
Yeah.
the Village. Great.
Great room.
They were really nice to me. I got
Yeah.
up there a lot. Good hang. Like it's
Luca Farrow, HQ
HQ.
for Luca.
You'll see him sitting on the mailbox outside.
But also one of those rooms that's like perfect size. I
And
mean,
just like you can get up a lot because they have 2 showrooms. They're running shows every hour, you know?
and you're central, you can go to other stuff.
And I'd rather, I was lucky to get up there a lot as opposed to like, or like do another show and then get a late spot there. So I was doing multiple
Yeah.
shows every night,
Yeah.
which was great. I went up there a bunch. I went up at the Stand a couple times for the first time. It's just a killer room.
Yep.
The food is so good. It's like one of those clubs. It's
Yeah.
like it's a restaurant first. and
Yes.
the food is fucking great. Yeah, that was cool. I had a couple of stories I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. Tom Feeback, our friend who lives in Austin, came out for a week and stayed with me, and we were doing spots and stuff. He had never been to New York at all. He's thinking about moving. He comes off the plane, gets on the train into the city, and he's like, yeah, I was asking for directions, and this like crazy toothless homeless guy was like, follow me, and
Oh, no.
and came on, told him where to go, got on the train with him, explained him the grid system of Manhattan, and then told him his life story. It was like, yeah, I just got out of prison. I killed a guy
Oh, my
when I
God.
was 15. He thought he could play with me because I was 15. I killed this man. So Tom's telling me all this, and then he goes, like later that day, he's like, yeah, man, we've been riding the subway. I haven't really seen anything crazy happen. I was like, do you remember what happened 10 minutes after you
you
landed?
befriended
The other thing that was so funny is he's like, I was like, how did you know all this about this guy's life? He's like, I talked to him for like 20 minutes. He got on the road with me. I was like, bro, this city's going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
If you know not to just walk away from crazy
some,
people.
some Midwest sensibilities.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like a crazy person with no teeth is telling him your life story, and Tom's on the train going like, no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Man.
you wanna get
Whoa.
food later?
Yeah. What are you doing after this? Come
we-
see my show.
We had this funny realization at the same time. We're on the train in New York together, and we're like, "Wow, New York has the people here. There's the homeless is a different type.
It is different.
The afflictions they have."
Dude, I always say it makes me miss the homeless in Chicago.
Yes.
They're good Midwestern people.
yeah, and like the people you see, you're like, what kind of like
I said
medieval
this-
times?
dude. I told this to
Gout?
not even necessarily homeless people, but like just people in New York. I think it's just because there's so many humans there.
Yeah.
But like in my life, I have never seen a person with a club foot.
Yes.
I saw 15 different people with a
Yep.
club foot where I was
Yep.
like, is there a convention in town?
I've seen people. I saw goiters. I saw shit that I'm like,
What
I
is
thought
that?
we.
What even is that?
I thought we eradicated that. I was like, I thought polio
They're
was
like,
gone.
The guys that have one leg that's longer than the other. I
Yes.
saw like 5
yeah,
of those guys.
Yeah, and
where I'm
I
like,
think you said you're like, yeah,
Tom goes, they blew out, they got a flat. You walk so much in this
got a
city.
flat, it's
You caught a
hilarious.
flat. So funny, man.
it is very. We're so spoiled
You
here.
just see so much obscene stuff.
And it desensitizes
It's
you
so
because you're just on the train, like you're watching, and then every type of person too.
Yeah.
Every race, every ethnicity, every age, and you're just like,
Is that why you don't like it?
I hate it. I like a homogenous group. That's
Yeah.
what I. But I was there. I was telling someone about this because I was walking. I went for like a run in Manhattan, and I was like, "Wow, everyone here, the fashion is so different. All these guys looking." I was like, "This is
They're
like,
homeless.
We don't even know." I thought it was homeless. Turns out, I'm like, the gays out here are really. It was Comic Con,
Dude, there's a. Oh,
I thought,
really?
I thought it was
But dude,
just
there's a way. There's some people out there where it's like, are they fashion forward or are
homeless?
they homeless?
Yeah,
You
which
cannot-
is
it's
a-
a thin line. And I was there over Halloween.
yeah. So
I-
again,
there
you
was
can't
another
tell.
thing where I'll go, are those people dressed up for Halloween? And they're like, nope, that's just them.
It's funny because it's like New York is just everything on 10. So you
Yeah.
see, you have like 5 different types of people here. You
Yeah.
have 40 there. So,
Dude, so
it's just
the other
every
funny thing-
it's niche of everything.
It's everybody's.
Yeah.
Great place to visit. Beautiful city. Cam, my lady friend, came out for a couple days. We were hanging around. We were walking, and she's like, "Man, really similar to Tom." She goes, "Haven't really seen. Everyone says this all this crazy stuff in New York. I haven't seen anything crazy." As soon as she says that, we come out of the subway.
No.
Guy masturbating in the street. And to his credit, it was dark. You know, he was at home.
Yeah.
he was at home.
He was
in
at.
the-
Was
in the
he now?
nighttime.
Was it just a? Was he watching anybody, or was it a
Nope,
general?
just looking at a tree or whatever. You know, like looking at a bush.
You gotta respect. That's pure.
Pure.
In a way, we all
Dude,
need
yep,
stimulate. He's just
100%.
like,
I
no,
mean,
I'm
he
up
wasn't-
here.
He was at it for a while because we walked back. It was the night we met
Yeah,
you
you
guys.
should have stood
It was
in
the night
front
we
of
met
him.
You. He was. Yeah,
He would have never finished.
Get a look.
Take it.
But also, she was like, "Oh my God, it's so New York. A guy masturbating in the city." And like being from Chicago, you get so protective. I'm like, "We got that shit back home. New York doesn't have that on us."
Our masturbators are on the train.
And she kept being like, "I haven't seen a rat yet." I was like, "We have more rats in Chicago."
So
Okay.
I didn't see. I know. I kind of was like. I did see. I'm trying to think of the craziest thing I saw. I was just in a hurry. But also, that's the thing. It's so New York. I'm like. I was just in a hurry all the time. I was just going from thing to thing. I kind of was like, you get
Yes,
sucked into
you're
that.
running. You're right. That's the other thing, dude.
The rat race.
I was
It
excited
really is.
to get home, to be home and sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
I was running for
You
30
feel-
days.
I mean,
which was good, but you're just like my social battery. It's like hanging out with
Yeah.
friends during the day,
Yeah.
spots, hanging out until like late.
And
like,
everyone lives like all the comics. Most of them don't live where the spots are, so everyone's just like wants to keep hanging.
gotta
No one
hang.
wants to go home. Everyone's just like my
well,
apartment's
Andy's
terrible.
apartment sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 1-bedroom, 200 square foot place.
Right, it's with 5 people in it.
And
yeah.
so they're all like, "Yeah, let's go for." And then everything's open forever.
Right.
So we had some good hangs though. But
We did have some good hangs. Two other funny things. One of my favorite things, right in the neighborhood where I was staying, there's this Broadway dance studio. It's like a school for like people who want to be like professional dancers, ballerinas on Broadway. Directly next door, in that like they share a wall, strip club.
oh, that's so
Which
to
is
the
so,
arts.
so
To the-
funny that it literally feels like the dance teacher's like, you don't try hard
Yeah.
enough.
Hey, that's where we're gonna end
Every
up.
single day you come to practice,
So
remember
funny.
where you could be.
So funny.
You could be at Flash Dancers. I thought that was so funny.
Flash dancers.
Literally, yeah. We went.
Yeah. How? So that was that negative. Stay there for 10 minutes and left.
15.
50. All right.
This is how you know it was a strip club. We went at noon because they were open. It's in Times Square. It was
get some writing
It
done.
was decorated for Halloween.
Oh.
That's how you know it's bad. You and I love a road strip
Yeah,
club. You
yep.
know, it's like when you're on the road, you got to go see what the local entertainment is like.
Well, it's also fun going in there watching the people be like, "Man, this is our night," and we're like, "This is what you're doing
I
here."
know.
Yeah. Oh, it's
but
so
they
weird.
had on the stage they had like a skeleton with like cobwebs on it. I folded up $1 and put it in her hand. I got a kick out of that.
That's
pretty
fun.
funny. What else funny happened? I had one other funny story. Flash.
I had
dancers.
so what you mentioned one of the things that's funny is I was there. So I did the stand with Bassem Youssef, which was awesome. Sold out the main room at the stand.
Shout out.
And it was a 6 p.m. show. He's obviously he's Egyptian, so his crowd is very like super kind of like woke, but not even necessarily woke, just like diverse.
Yeah.
So, but they're all a lot of them are Muslim.
Are they?
Well, that's the thing. It's a
How
lot
many
of
of my guys were there?
There was a few. I brought them.
Yeah, right, literally.
But what was so funny, I'm talking to the wait staff at the stand, and they're just like, "Yeah, a lot of waters."
Yeah.
And they're like, everyone here is so particular. Like, can we see the show from this angle? Everyone just like has requirements. They all came in from like New Jersey
They're
and
very
shit.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, they're very middle. And it was
Yeah.
just so I go up and they don't want to see a fucking Hindu up there. You know, they don't want.
You
but
didn't tell them, did you?
I had to say something. I'm like, I'm not Mexican. I'll tell you that. You know,
Did you say that? That's
I
funny.
was no, but it was fun. It was still a good show. And he's so nice, but he had like his little squad with him. You know, all these guys who are like, we know him since like childhood. And then I'm in the green room. I'm like, I feel weird being in
Well,
here.
he's got like 1 million followers. Or something like
7 million.
that. 7.
Seven. And he goes, please, and so I didn't take this away, but he was saying before, he's like, I want to, and I think he meant it this way, but he's like, please invite people to the show. I want to diversify my audience. I thought he needed help drawing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Yeah.
I think 7 million.
You're
will
like, how
sell
about
out."
you invite people to my show?
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
hell?
I'm like, post me on there. For
7 million.
It was just
Imagine having 7 million followers and being like, yeah, but I want some new people.
Yeah, exactly. And I did bring some whites. To, I got some people in there, but fun show. And then I had one of those days where I was like, New York, that started at 6:00. My last spot was at 11. So just bouncing from thing to thing. But it is like, you
Was
feel.
that the night I saw you with
Yes,
Meg?
yeah.
That was such a New York thing where like we end up, we're all just hanging out. We end up at a gay Asian film festival
yeah.
dance after party. We're like, what is happening right now?
The start of the night, specific crowd, like Middle Eastern comedian.
You saw a Middle Eastern comedian, regular comedy show, and then gay Asian
went the
film
full- and
festival.
that's New York. In one day, you live 40 fucking lifetimes.
100%, yeah.
But again, you feel the city. One thing I will say is like, I love like the idea of like you can grind there because you don't want to stop. You're just moving from thing to thing. But I don't know if that's like healthy after a certain point because you're like, now I'm like in my 30s. I don't want to. I can do that, but I also want to be doing enough good shit.
Sure.
I was there. Visiting is fun because you're leaving.
That's
can
what
go
I'm
back.
going to do. I'm just going to spend more time there.
Yeah,
you know?
I think we do it again in like maybe a different season. Go in a
100%.
different season,
Yeah.
different vibe. And then we'll switch. I will go for a month.
I'm going to. I think in the winter I'm going to go to LA.
LA
for
do the same thing.
time,
Yeah. So did you make any like? Is there any clubs that you're like besides the shop? Are you like I'm going to hit them up, or I'm going to go up?
There's like I made some inroads. I think at New York Comedy Club in the Stand, but like who knows? QED. I was back there out in Astoria where we had done spots there years ago, and it's still just a great room. I had some good spots there, and I think I could go back there again. So
Yeah, I did. This is what New York. We were just talking about. Like your first show can be the best, and your last show it just can be slightly worse.
Yeah,
and you're just holding on to that first show. First show I did. It's fucking like all these killers. Gotham Comedy Club. I get bumped because Seinfeld drops in. And,
right.
And
he went before you or after?
He went. Actually, he went one after me. But he like everyone's like you don't know when you're gonna go up because
Right.
he might just
He's just gonna
he
go.
literally just stands in the hallway.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going up now, and then they just bring him up. He does whatever he wants. He actually closed on a Q&A, which was pretty interesting. But
in the middle of the show.
yeah, in the middle of the show, I was like, you can't. He just headlined in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
It was a baller ass move,
Which
but
he can do.
and it was a show was funny because Gotham, like the guys there, they're just like, yeah, this is like he lives like around the corner. Him and Gaffigan just pop in, and that's their open mic. Just doing, it's a
Two of the most famous comedians that ever lived.
and you're just like, and then I was like, oh man, I'm moving to New York. This is it. And then the next show I did after there was like 8 people.
Yeah.
I was at the shop. I think I went for the shop
sure.
after that, and I was like 8 people at the shop. I did Eastville too, which
8
Eastville,
people at Forum don't speak English.
Oh my God, Eastville Comedy Club is like I don't even know what the equivalent is here. It's a great room, like aesthetically, it looks cool, but then they're trying to sell it or something. So there's not a lot of you can tell it's just like they'll do a show maybe.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
Yes, and the show times don't match the actual like it's all wonky. But you go there, you go all the way to Brooklyn, so you leave you're like I'm leaving the good comedy. I can feel it leaving me.
Getting worse.
And I get worse on the train. You make all these stops, but you feel cool. You're like I'm going in the city. I'm doing shit, and then you walk in. There's like 4 women from Africa.
Yeah.
One guy, just old man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here we go.
That's your demo, baby.
But then you get to feel like, oh, this is my open mic. I'm gonna try some stuff, fuck around, and you actually have fun in those shows because you've done like 3 sets. But I don't know, man. I want to spend more time there too. I just like the pay is bad though. The pay.
What pay?
Yeah,
They're paying you.
You said
I was there. Let's say 25 days. I did probably conservatively 100 or not 100, but 50, 60 spots.
Yeah.
I made maybe $100.
And this is made, and then think about expenses. The Airbnb, you're already negative. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I mean, it's not even close.
That's the thing.
Which is, I knew that going in.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no, no.
investing in myself.
And-
And it also was just like, I've been here. I've done this here. So it's like, try something different.
Yeah.
If I want different stuff, I got to try different stuff, right? So I'm going to go there. I'm going to give this a shot. And I just had fun being in the city. Like, I went and saw
Great
some live
city.
music a
Very
couple
fun.
nights. We had
Yeah.
some great meals. Like, saw some friends. Like, it was a great time.
I think tell me if you agree with this. This is my consensus after
I
that
live there,
short
by the
trip.
way. If anyone asks,
Yeah.
I live in New York.
I won't
and
do
not
the
only
spot.
do I live in New York, I am a New Yorker.
I will do the spot anytime.
Yeah.
But I think my overall thought of it was, I was like, great to keep visiting, but I think to move the move only is going to happen until you get like you got to get something else.
Yeah, I always said I would
Yeah.
move if I had a reason to move.
Yeah. Because otherwise, for me and you to move now, we'd have to get jobs there.
Yeah, and
Which
who
I'm
wants
not.
that?
I don't think I could go back. I think legally I can.
I mean, literally, who would hire you? Yeah,
I don't think I can.
I have no marketable skills. Yeah.
Okay, and then where else?
But one other funny thing about
Yeah,
New
go
York,
ahead.
this is such a New York thing, and that like everything is just like difficult and like cramped, and like this happened to me. It's just such a common thing. It happened to me multiple times. It's really hard to come across a public restroom, but even cafes won't have one.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Coffee shop that serves drinks.
I don't know where do the employees go to the bathroom?
Well, they'll have a bathroom for the employees.
Oh, okay.
But no bathroom. You know, a usual thing in a city is a sign that says customers only.
Sure.
Not even customers. You're in there spending money, and they go pee somewhere else. Which is, I forgot who I was with. I was with someone in a coffee shop, and they were like, not only the audacity that you serve coffee and there's no place to pee. Coffee, the drink that makes you shit.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
a diuretic.
You look around in the cafe, and it's people working on their computers, all just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's also you got all your stuff with you.
And
you
like
gotta,
we Cam and I went into one place, and she got a matcha, and we were like, oh, where's your restroom? The guy, you would have thought I asked if I could have sex with his mom. He was like offended. He was like, we don't have one. I go, well, you didn't have to act like that.
Yeah, geez.
You don't have to be an asshole about it.
They're probably like, this is New York. We don't fucking yeah.
Which is very.
We jerk off outside and we pee in the street.
Another funny thing that happened to Cam and I, right in the neighborhood where we were staying, there was this really nice like bakery, and they had a little cafe. I would go in there and work, but I couldn't stay very long because they didn't have a fucking bathroom.
Jeez.
But there's like a line out the door on a Saturday afternoon, so we like get in line, and we're like one before we're actually in the door, and this woman just blows right by us, like opens the door and walks right past us, and she just says something like, hey, like we were in line. This woman turns around and she goes, yeah, I'm just going to see what cakes they have. I live here. I know how lines work.
This is the most New York interaction.
Yes, it really was. And like, I wanted to get so angry, but I was like, just the audacity that she was like, oh, like,
I live here. I know how lines work.
but also that she's like, oh, you're clearly not from here. I don't know if they have lines wherever you're from.
Yeah.
I'm like, the implication that this is the only city where they have lines. That you're like,
You never seen a queue, bitch?
right? And when she's looking at us like we're like we live in like
Like a
Ohio or
hillbillies,
something,
yeah.
you know? Yeah. But like, just the audacity to be like, I know how lines work. You
Crazy.
go,
Did Cam look to you in that moment like, you gonna
no,
say
no,
anything?
because Cam is so. I was getting like, I want to be.
She
I
was
want
like,
to be
"It's
like
fine."
this bitch. What
Yeah.
like, and I want to be angry. I want to be like, what the fuck is it about? And
Yeah.
it makes me angry. And she is so zen. She's like, what do you think it is about her life that's making her be like that?
that's
you know?
that's so great.
Yeah.
That's
Why
awesome.
Does she?
Yeah. What happened to her?
What
Who
is
hurt
wrong?
her?
Literally, what?
Yeah.
But the audacity. The other funny thing is this woman going into a bakery to buy a whole cake. It's some occasion. It's someone's birthday. It's
Yeah.
and she's angry. That angry. Walking out with a pink cake box, going, yeah, I know how lines work. Which like that's New York to a T.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, people. I'm telling you, it's. I don't think people are worse people there. I think the city makes you
worse
just
person.
fight for yourself. I think you have to. It's just too many people. It's too many things going on. You have to like.
But then there's other interactions I had with people that were like perfectly pleasant.
Yeah,
Because I think there's
yeah.
people that like it is such a hard place to live. They try and like be nice.
yeah, there's
to,
like a community
help,
sense.
You know? Yeah.
that's true. That is true.
But this woman, dude, so funny. She's like, yeah, I live here.
So
I go,
crazy.
oh, yeah, sorry.
a weird thing to
I didn't
say.
know you lived in the line capital of
Yeah,
the world.
yeah,
you
like
fucking-
She really is acting like you came from a town of
Anyway,
3 people.
I've been thinking about her every day since. And
I got to give a quick shout out to Ryan Goodcase.
shout out,
Very
Ryan.
funny dude. This is another cool thing about New York. This guy, first time headlining in New York. He does a show at New York Comedy Club, the East Village location, 6:00 show. And he's like, yeah, I don't really know like how it's going to turn out. And fucking packed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Great show. 6 p.m. on a Thursday. That's the first spot.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing the cellar after that. I was like,
Yeah.
what a fucking
night.
life.
What a night.
And that's a Thursday.
Yeah.
It just like was cool, and so shout out to him. He's great. He's got like his fans. It's just a pure comic guy.
Yeah.
So
Because
just
tells jokes.
he just tells jokes, and it's just so funny that that's like a rare thing now. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait to get paired with someone like that.
Yeah.
So then their fans
A
become
comedian who's doing stand up.
Yeah, it was great. So caught up with a Ryan Levine out there, very funny dude. Just got past the cellar, so he was like, I just had my cellar set yesterday, and he was like, so he's like everything
I
else.
met a
is-
guy. I forget his last name. Shaunik.
Oh yeah, he just got past too. You were telling me.
He had just auditioned. I met him like moments after your audition.
Yeah,
I was
that's awesome.
I was sitting out in front of the shop, and I was sitting with someone he knew, and he was like, "Oh, what's up, buddy? What have you been up to?" He goes, "Bro, I just got off stage," and I was like, "It's like so cool to meet someone in that moment of their
Yeah.
life." And you could just tell, like without knowing him, without seeing the set, I was like, he did well. They liked him. You could just tell. It's just like
It's
he's
great.
one of these guys who's just like.
He
I've said we did a show together later in the week. Like he's a very funny guy.
very
you know?
funny, nice, very nice dude.
Yeah.
I did a spot at West Side Comedy Club, and it was down. It's like their downtown, ish
Yeah, right.
club or whatever. Great little packed room.
Yeah, I went up there for the first time. It's a great,
very
room.
fun. And then they were like, I think I was doing like 15 or something. They had me down, and then they were like, well, the next comic isn't here yet. This is very New York. They're just like, so. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And so I did like 25. It's
Yeah.
great.
And you don't have it. Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm doing Q&A.
Yeah.
I'm doing questions.
You're selling
So
merch.
I started doing puppet shit.
funny.
But it was funny because he was supposed to be like 2 more after me. He comes in there, they put him up. So they just put and there was a brown person before. I was like, this is the Indian show now. We took over.
Funny.
And but he was just because I was like, yeah, you really caught me at the end there just doing some wild shit. Because I was like, now at 25, I run this place.
Yeah,
I was just feeling
yeah.
myself.
You're doing your
I was
hour.
doing all shit. And he goes, no, it's fucking awesome. And it's like, that's what's cool about New York is like, a killer's going to come on after you and just
Sure.
whatever happens.
You have a range of experiences
Yeah,
happening.
it was fun. I mean, again, did not make any money. Lost
Lost
quite a
a
bit.
bunch,
Lost
yeah.
quite a bit.
Lost
But
quite
we
a
also
bit.
like both did other weekend shit.
Yeah,
And like,
and we had fun.
yeah,
and-
yeah.
But I was teasing before the pod. I on my flight out there.
Oh yeah, please. I, wanna
I
hear this.
flew an airline that I. Have you ever flown what's the Indian airline? Spirit.
Cut the recording. We're done. We're not tolerant. Comes back from New York and these are the jokes. See, you've been writing a lot
The
over
way
there.
it looked like a Bassem Youssef show. The crowd on this airline. And I kept, and you know me, I've flown Spirit for years. I've
Yeah.
been a loyal Spirit customer.
got the
And
reward
I don't
card.
know if Spirit's getting worse or I'm growing up. Maybe
Yeah.
it's both things. That may have been the last time.
It was that bad?
It was there.
Spirit's-
You know the quintessential like oh, you're on an airplane and the baby's crying?
Yeah.
The grown-ups were crying. There were adults openly weeping.
Because of just what happened? Was there
Their
a delay?
life is that
It's just
bad.
Yeah, they just come to terms with it on
Yes,
the plane.
that's where I think that's where you realize it.
Yeah.
Sitting in a metal folding chair on
Yes.
Spirit Airlines,
Yeah.
just openly weeping, going,
So
"This
funny.
is where my life." And then I'm almost going, "Should I be crying?"
Yeah.
Because I'm here too.
Yeah, you're like, has the delusion not hit
Right.
hit for me? Spirit's the only
But man, it was.
the only airline where their reward card is a debit card. You're like this.
It's not even a credit card. That's
Yeah.
funny. You want to sign up for our debit card? That's
Yeah.
funny.
Like you got to have it in your account.
Yeah, right.
We're not putting any.
Yeah, dude. No,
That's great.
the Spirit Rewards card is a EBT card.
It is. I know.
But man, it was.
It just seems like fake. Like you go on their website, it's all like bubbly letters. The plane's yellow. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is professional. It's an airline.
It is not. But again,
Yeah.
like, was it always like that? And I was just desensitized to it because I used to always fly Spirit.
Yeah, I think it's just like.
Or has it gotten worse? Call in if Spirit's gotten worse.
I also think like
Maybe
every
the last
airline
one
has
for
their
me.
thing. Like I took Southwest a bunch recently, and I was like, oh, it's good. Like pretty good. It's like down the middle of the road. It feels like.
Yeah, I've been
but
flying American a lot.
yeah, American can be rough though.
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
To me, it's not Spirit. I go, hey, this is
yeah,
great.
and
I
it
get on the
sounds.
plane.
Someone made it.
I took an American flight back, and it was like we got downgraded to a smaller plane.
Ooh.
So it was one of those where there's only 2 people on one side, 2 people on the
Yeah.
other. I mean, this thing was like
and you can't even stand up
we
straight.
were
Yeah.
crammed in there.
Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't get how the fatties are flying. I really don't understand. Southwest used to have a thing where if you were fat, they'd give you an extra seat for free. They just got rid of that. Because they probably were like, there's too many, all the fat people moved over here.
Right. When everyone that was there, they choose that airline.
Yeah.
We
a
get
fat
2
airline.
free seats. People were gaining weight just for the free seat.
But I took Southwest. The thing flight attendants, they're doing bits.
I hate the bits.
It's the most every time.
And not even just the bits, the volume of talking. Because like I'm on the plane, I'm trying to read, I'm trying to listen to a podcast,
Do anything.
I'm trying to
Do anything else.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah.
The amount of talking over the intercom that they're like telling us about the weather that's happening in the city we're flying over.
Yeah.
I go, I'm not going to Phoenix. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, but they.
But yeah, in Southwest they like to do a little.
And what's annoys is like they're
doing
doing
a bit.
hacky bits, and then people, there's fucking always like 80% of the plane will laugh. And
I
I'm
was
like,
about to say, you know what's even worse?
don't
is
give it
they're
up.
killing.
Yeah,
They're killing.
I was like, don't give it up for that.
That's why they're doing it.
I'm like, she's
No,
been doing that
that-
for 10 years. I'm like, write something new.
Dude,
I'm in the
no.
back.
Get some new material.
I'm like on my phone looking at my stand-up clips, so hoping someone asks me about comedy. I'm
So
like,
funny.
I'm just looking.
No, man, if comedy doesn't work out, I'm going to be a flight attendant
Yeah, dude.
on Southwest and just murder.
Murder from the intercom.
You're on the intercom. Hey, anyway, so are you guys a couple? You two fucking?
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
What else did I? There was one other thing. Oh, I did St. Louis one in between in I think October, the first weekend or something. Funny Bone. It's like 5th time I've been there.
Yeah.
It's one of the. I think it's
Yeah.
after Zanies. I think it's the most club I've headlined.
Wow.
It's Chicago and St. Louis are
Yeah,
my
your
markets,
two markets.
apparently. But I was telling you after that weekend, it was the first time you felt it was very cool to be like, the club's been very good to me, but I finally feel like I have an audience there. I
Yeah.
went there 5 times. It
Yeah.
took some of the craziest people I've ever seen in my fucking
I was
life.
about to say, not a place you want to have an
No,
audience.
and finally I found the people who are like, oh, we like you and your comedy. So now the shows started, it was like 100% Lunatics, then it went to like 90 the next year. That was
Yeah.
like 80, 70. This time it was like 30%, which is
Lunatics?
good. No, that's good, yeah, which is good for
Wow.
them. So it was all other
And in
normal
St.
people.
Louis.
And people come back and they bring like, in St. Louis too, it's one of these places, there's so little to do.
Yeah.
That when you go to a comedy show, you bring
There's-
5 generations
There's
of your
actually
family.
nothing to do.
Yeah, you bring
Yeah.
your
I
kid.
I tried to talk to. Speaking of St. Louis, there's so little to do. What's the big attraction in St. Louis is the Arch. Even that, you're looking right fucking through this.
Yeah, it's
So you
funny.
go, hey, what do we do?
Look
and
past
the whole
it.
thing is to go up in it to
Yeah.
look out of the view. When
Yeah.
you're up in it, there's nothing to look at because
Yeah.
you're in the only thing worth looking at.
That's very funny.
There's
Yeah.
nothing in that city.
Look at-
I went there. Maybe it was with you when I was at Funny Bone, or I was there
Couple
for
times,
something
yeah.
else. Anyway, I was there one. No, because it wasn't with you. Because I would have remembered that you were there for this. I lost my glasses. I need these to see. I lost my glasses
you're
the
like,
last day
yeah.
I was there. And if you have to pick a place to go blind, this is my advice. I would recommend St. Louis, Missouri, because it is. And I hold
I
this,
actually had a great time.
I hold this to be true. If you have to pick a place to go blind, I would recommend St. Louis, Missouri, because it is wall-to-wall uggos in that city. It is the ugliest people I've ever seen.
I've said it. I said it on stage every time I'm there. I go. I knew riffs on it.
It's
I'm
the
like,
ugliest people I've ever seen.
you talk about these
and
afflictions.
if you're
in New York.
attractive and you're from St. Louis, tag those people below, because I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
it's not
I
true.
do not believe
They're
it.
simply not true.
The first time I went down there for shows, I have a cousin who lives there. I was crashing with them, and she goes, "Oh, we live by this farmer's market. Go check out the farmer's market. It's like super great on a Saturday afternoon, whatever." I go, I'm walking around, I'm going, crowd's kind of rough out here.
Is this a carnival?
It wasn't. I wasn't yet. It was a big park. I wasn't at the farmers market. I was at a witch festival. So it's
Oh,
all people
man.
like with like fake noses and fake warts and like huge ears,
Oh,
and they
God.
dressed as witches. I didn't know they looked like regular St. Louis people. That's how ugly the people from St. Louis are. Everyone is dressed like
You're like, you didn't even
Wiccan.
need makeup.
They were dressed
Yeah.
like Halloween, and I thought they were
Just
regular.
normal. Yeah, it wasn't a huge
that's-
discrepancy from.
Because that's
Yeah.
how ugly the people in St. Louis are. If you have to go blind somewhere. So all I had were sunglasses. So I'm in the club. Actually, I did the Sunday night show in the club blind, like without glasses. And I said something on stage during the show. And I ended up having a really good set. And I was like, I can't see you guys at all. And honestly, I think I like it better like this.
Funny. Yeah, it's the one club where I'll be like, you guys are. I'll directly be like, this is the ugliest city I've ever seen. And they love it.
No pushback.
They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We saw the mirror.
We get it, and it's one of those things. I do get it. I at least appreciate it's kind of like the Southwest thing. They all the fatties chose Southwest. If you're going to be ugly, go to the place of the ugly
Go to
people.
St. Louis.
At least keep it in
Be
that.
king of the Uggos.
And then you can be like,
contain it.
yeah, contain it.
That's
Don't
funny.
spread it.
That's fucking
you know?
hilarious.
So just keep it
It's like
there.
COVID. You know,
Yeah.
you're locked down, man. You're exposed. That's fucking hilarious.
So shout out St. Louis. Very
St. Louis
fun.
Funny
Thanks for
Bone.
everyone who came out to those shows.
Thanks for all those Uggos that
Thanks
came
for all
out.
the uglies and but just I got some first walkout of a show was there.
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't actually. I thought it was a political thing. 'Cause
You've
obviously-
got to have had a walkout before.
No,
because you're
I'm
bad.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. But
yeah, what was it?
it was because I did a joke where I said I thought I had special needs, and this guy, which is
Telling the truth?
believable premise. Yeah, sorry,
Premise.
sorry, it's a truthful premise.
Yeah. Some people can handle the truth, Vic. Some people can't handle
But
the truth.
the versions of the joke, I was like working on the bit at the time, so the like last tag, it's kind of like it's a little bit punching down, and so this guy got up
Punching
during that.
downs.
This guy got
Flip?
up during it, but here's what I respect. He came up after, and
Which
I was
also, time out. That would be a great name for a special needs boxing tournament.
punching downs.
Punching downs. Ding, ding, ding. Welcome to
You know
Punching
what- you know what
Downs.
I pictured the midget wrestling thing that happens at.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
that
great.
could be a big,
That's a big event.
except they just end up tickling each other.
Yeah.
Moving on. Back to your story. Sorry.
So the guy though afterwards, I'm fucking making everyone's clapping from the lead. It was one of the things where
Oh,
like,
he got angry at you.
Yeah, and he
like,
left.
Like he was like, fuck you.
But I thought he was leaving off a different bit, so I was like, oh, this guy didn't like the political stuff. What I was
Yeah.
kind of doing the standard, like shitting on him, and the crowd is like jeering, making fun of him. So I was like, whatever. After the show, he comes up to me. And
Oh, he stuck
big,
around.
Big fucking dude. And,
And
I
you,
was like,
you lose your.
I
your,
immediately, no, I started talking with
confidence
the
all of a sudden.
accent, the retard one, and I was like, I'm just, let's cut
And,
that.
and how does that one go? Hello, my name is Vikram.
No, I was like, but here's what I really respect. He goes, I wasn't leaving because the political thing. He's like, I have a son who's got who's special needs, and the way he said a specific phrase in the joke where basically it wasn't in the joke normally, and I had just messed it up, and it made it sound like I was making fun. And I was like, oh, I really like that was helpful for me because
Yeah.
now I know and I appreciate that. And he was cool. He shook my hand,
Doing
nice
notes,
guy.
yeah.
And I go, oh, man, come back to the Late Show. You want to see me do some more of that? I'm gonna figure out this bit by the end of the weekend. But it was nice. I was like, it was a walkout, but how often you get the feedback?
Yeah, right.
I
Right.
like that. It wasn't to see just.
Hey, all right, so you heard it first. Walk out of Vic's show and tell him.
Yeah, if you're gonna leave,
Tell him you
tell me
leaving.
why,
Yeah.
please.
Tell him you're leaving.
Okay, I think that was a good. So we're back in Chicago
Yeah,
now.
let me see if I have anything else because it's been a while since we
Yeah.
talked.
Oh, just a fun kind of comic thing while you're looking. So did the Milwaukee Improv Lab this weekend, Halloween weekend. Very fun shows. The first show Friday had two guys, like a local guy and a guest spot that I know, and it was a tough show. They were just the crowd was. They were a decent amount of people there, so you could tell the crowd like they'd never seen a comedy show. The reactions were weird.
Yeah, I mean they came to see you.
Yeah, they were just confused. A lot of them didn't speak English.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them were just. But it was like I was like they were packed in. It's a great setup. I'm like, why is this bad? And it was one of the things I just had to. Someone just needed to call them out hard. So I did that, and like we got something going. But Catherine, I brought Catherine with me to feature. The first two people go up. Not a single
Yeah.
laugh. Single laugh.
And should they have gotten a laugh?
It's one of those things where I was like,
Like,
these
are they funny?
jokes. They are funny.
Okay.
They could have. They could have done a little more hosting and more like. But some of these markets you go to, the host just does a set. There's
Yeah.
no crowd
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
There's no hello. There's no welcome to the show. Here's what
Which
to
is funny
expect.
too, because you're new, you're not very good, but like there in cities like that, there a lot of time too, the locals are like pretty dirty. So the idea that the host goes up
Crazy,
and
yes.
and not even a hey, make some noise if you've been to a comedy show before, thanks for coming out. They just go right into. So I'm coming on a parakeet's face the other day. And it's like holy.
And it's just so
And,
wild.
and then the server's like, your chicken fingers are here. It's
and this
like,
there's full meals at this
Yeah.
club. So a little bit of a weird start, whatever. But they had some jokes, and I was like, oh, this crowd is just not. And so Catherine turned the room. Okay, like actually had to. Again, I feel bad. You know, it's like we talk about this all the time. You start headlining, you start bringing people to some certain markets and certain shows. You're like, if I'm bringing you, you're gonna have to work.
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
putting
yeah.
you to work.
This isn't easy.
You're gonna work that feature set. So she turns the room. Still, it's still a hard room, but she turns it, and then I get to have a good set because of that. So then after the show, the openers are like, they're doing the thing where this is another new thing in comedy. They want to say the whole show was rough until they're like, majority was rough until they're like, oh, Vic got him, but like up till then it was bad.
Yeah.
And Catherine's like,
Dude,
fuck you.
Yeah.
I had a good
They're
set.
lumping her in with
yes,
that.
and
Yeah.
she's like, no. To be clear, I wasn't thrilled. She's like, to be clear, I wasn't thrilled with my set,
but I wouldn't do what you were doing.
I got some laughs.
Yeah.
And it was so funny.
Did she say that?
She was so mad.
So funny.
And she
I
was
could
just,
see her being
she was
frustrated about that.
furious about it. But I was like, she goes, you better talk about this on the podcast. I go, I will talk about it. I will
Let the
talk
record
about it.
show Catherine had a good set.
Catherine
she
had a
turned
good
him.
set. She
had
turned
the
the
hardest
room.
spot in the business.
And it is
having
truly
to wake him up after two bad comedians, because that is tough.
That is
when
a hard
two people
spot.
have been bad,
Yeah.
the third comedian goes up, they go, why would she be good?
Exactly. Yeah, and it's a
Statistically-
woman in Wisconsin. They're like, is she doing what is she doing? Fucking announcing drinks?
Statistically, she should be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's...
But it is. What about that as a comic? You're like, can't be me.
Dude.
They were bad. Everything was
I
bad.
had that in Ohio over the weekend. The host, I would ask him after we come off stage, and I could see from the bar, I could hear and see the show, but I would just, hey, how were they? Again, you're looking for good, we're getting going.
Or
It's
like
a little-
some
it's a
piece of
little tough.
information. Yeah.
Hey, whatever. He would break down the entire set and the entire crowd. He'd go, there's two people over here. They're laughing a little bit. This guy, he looked confused at the joke I told. And then he did this like 5-minute closer that wasn't getting a laugh, and he goes, I tried to close. He would like referred to his bits to me as if I knew them. Like he would go like, well, I tried to open on the traffic thing, and traffic didn't. They're not really a traffic crowd tonight. So then I had to close with.
I paired it to
I
my
had
horse
close-
thing.
I had
The horse thing always
I had
works.
to close with dogs juggling, and dogs juggling usually works for a smarter crowd. So I think this crowd maybe likes some dirtier stuff. If you want to do that, and I go, okay, this is not what I was looking for.
It's also funny because you do realize you're just like, either way, whatever happens. If I'm closing, I have to figure this out.
Well, and
I will
I'm
figure it out.
going
but-
to.
Yeah, I will.
Like,
I have enough time.
That's the other thing is like I had shows like that where a host is having a really hard time. A host does like whatever features struggling, and that's a long spot, 25 minutes of struggling.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
hard.
so you don't really know like yet, and it's a decent crowd. It's like 50, 60 people. You don't know yet. Like, is this just going to be a rough show? And I have to do an hour. Within 40 seconds of going on stage, you go, it's not the audience. And the other two guys are going like, man, this is a tough show. Like you said, tough crowd,
Yeah.
tough show.
Yeah.
Immediately you get on stage, you go, they were looking for a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah.
This is different.
And honestly, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. I just think sometimes like the host had jokes, but it was just the cadence was, you could tell it was like a monologue.
yeah.
Like it just feels
And that's
disconnected.
just someone who's just like newer.
Yeah,
and,
it's just-
and respect
yeah.
for that. Like we have both been
Oh,
that person.
We
before.
watched the clips of
Or, like,
ourselves doing
literally.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so interesting. Like little things. Like if you're likable, it doesn't matter what you're necessarily even saying. If the audience is like, oh, this is like a person.
Yeah.
But you want to give these people a note, but you're like, you
or
just
at the
have to
very
figure
least,
this out.
it's like give us some like, hey, clap for yourselves for coming out. Clap for your
Anything.
servers. Like
Yeah.
just to get some energy in the
Just
room.
launch right
Dude, I
into
had
the
this.
bit.
I did the show here last night at Soho House, and you've done that
Yep.
show. It's notoriously tough.
It can be
They
very
can be really
weird.
stuffy crowd.
It's one of those shows where there's no momentum. You can have a good set, but someone after you can have a
it'll
horrible
die.
set.
And it was a little tough sledding, getting going, but it ended up being the best set I've ever had there, and like one of the better shows I've been on there. Like a couple comics did really, really well. But there was this woman in the very front, like basically sitting on stage. When the host was on stage, like starts chirping a little bit at him, it's tough to start there. So no one else is really, he's getting laughs here and there. He was doing well for how hard that spot is, but she's chirping a little bit. That's kind of the biggest reaction he's getting. So he ends up being like, I love you. Like, you're great. So she's like, great.
Now I talk.
I am the show.
Oh, no.
She interrupted every single comedian.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like third. And a couple of people played it off, or they were similarly being like, oh, she gets it. I like her, or whatever. So she's like being encouraged. I'm trying to ignore her so much. And she just, stepping on punchlines, getting in the middle. And 2 or 3 times I'm doing like, 15. 2 or 3 times I ignore it. Best possible thing you can do in the business. And that's our next guest.
It's me in 10 years.
I didn't see him. Was he one of you guys? Down syndrome.
And Indian.
3/4 of the way through my set, and I'm trying to get to the reason I don't want to engage with you. I'm trying to get to a bunch of new.
Yeah,
So once
trying
I
to
get through
work
all
some,
the new, I'm doing this joke, and she interrupts me. She screams out something like, "Shove it up your ass!" Like
That's
literally, it's
crazy.
like she has Tourette's.
Yeah.
And it's Soho House, so she's like well dressed. She's clearly like very attractive in the front row. I finally had to say something, and I go, I was standing in the back, and you've interrupted every comedian. And I was standing back there, and all the comedians are going, I love her, she's great. And I was standing back there going, she needs to shut the hell up. Gets a big laugh because
Yeah.
everyone's annoyed. They're like clapping, right?
Yeah.
And then I got up on stage and I see that you're a beautiful black woman. I go, you can say whatever you want. Who am I, a straight white man?
Tell you to shut the hell up.
To tell a black woman to be quiet.
Yeah.
You know, I go, I hope you guys all have fun tonight, but I'm not getting canceled for that. I mean, you can have my whole set, you can have my check, whatever. And that's like getting a laugh from the audience, but she is undeterred. So she yells out, "Are you Jewish?"
Oh no.
And I go,
Now she's trying to make it.
and I go, what does that have to do with anything? She goes, "Are you Jewish?" And I go, well, first of all, you can't ask that. And she goes, "Why? You can ask that." And I go, well, you said it really kind of hateful. You can't ask it with that amount of hate. And she goes, "No, I don't have any hate in my heart. Like, I love everybody. Are you Jewish?" And I go, what does it have to do with that? And she goes, "You brought it up." I go, I certainly did not. And so I turn to the audience and I go, did I say anything at all that would imply? And the audience goes quiet. And I go, I'm going back and forth with her, and I go back to the audience and go, did I say anything? And they say nothing. And I finally go, really smart that you guys are going, we're not going to get involved in this.
Yeah.
There's a race war is breaking out.
'Cause she's-
and the
I-
audience
yeah.
is they're tense. They're going, yeah, we don't want don't pull us into this.
Either part of this, they want nothing.
They
else.
want nothing to do with it. Whatever. So whatever. I said something funny, rapped, got a big pop, and then I go, I have to leave, you know. But I was talking with somebody afterwards. The audacity to be she had so much conviction that I was like, am I Jewish? Like, I had friends there. I was like, did I mention anything even about God or religion? They go, no, not at all. And I was like, how much, as a person who is not Jewish, I'm pretty confident that I didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
You know, like, how crazy would it be for me, a person who isn't Jewish, to bring up being Jewish?
Also, kind
on
of a
the show?
fun like deflection if someone's questioning you about anything, you just turn around and be like, "Are you Jewish though?" And they're like, "Oh shit!"
It
caught off guard a little bit.
Tells them about the climate we're living in.
Yes.
That I was like, it was like this perfect triangle of like all of the tense relations in society
Yes.
right now. It's like
All coming out.
a white man and
Black
a black
woman,
woman arguing
Jewish.
about Judaism. I was like, ah!
I have a joke where
That's
I'm
the
like,
thumbnall for this whole
Yes.
episode. A white man and a black woman arguing
Yeah.
about Judaism.
Just put me
the
in-
most views we've ever gotten on YouTube.
Get that picture of me in blackface, put it up there.
Which one?
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you a few. to
Yeah,
pick from.
some selects.
That is one of the bits I have. I'm like, I was talking to this Jewish friend of mine or enemy, depending on who I'm telling this joke.
That's a good bit. Depending on who I'm telling this to.
But it always gets because it's immediately tense when you say even saying Jewish friend.
Yeah.
It's immediately tense.
Right.
So yeah, it's not a great time, but we're having fun.
For the record out there, I'm not Jewish.
But we will. I mean, anything should we wrap? And then we got
That's
do.
the episode.
That's
baby.
the ep, guys.
Thanks
New
for
York.
tuning in.
So the review is:
Apple.
if you want to enhance your comedy career and then feel bad about your bank account, go to New York.
I think everyone should move there.
Yeah.
More room for us.
We'll
else.
take all the spots
Yeah.
here. But come tune in to Business of Comedy. We're dropping new clips. People are really enjoying the stand up that we posted.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I think you got like 100 views. Nobody commented.
Well, I told you before you're like, I think it'd be really funny. Comedian reacts. I'm like, no one cares. No one's gonna want to react. People don't react to clips now.
I
Either
really
they're reacting to clips.
and I'll say this now because we're gonna post more of them. I really thought this was our ticket to stardom.
I
And it's-
know.
You know how
I
it
try to
feels
tell you.
watch your clip bomb twice. It's bombing when you posted it, and then it's bombing when you posted you talking about it.
You should do the same thing.
This
with
is
clips now.
I'm bombing in a meta way.
You're bombing like an Inception.
Double
You're
bomb.
going
Yes,
back to
I'm
bomb.
double bombing,
You're bringing
bro.
it back.
So
I
check us
have
out.
though. I was gonna post. Speaking of this black woman, the bit I'm gonna post is me doing this Black Dicks
Yes,
Matter
we
joke,
got-
and I'm like nervous to post it, but I'm like, if that's gonna be the one to
That's
take
gonna
off,
be
it
the
should
one.
take off.
That's
That should
gonna
be
be the
some.
one.
That's gonna be the one. So
That's next.
anything again, mildly racist tension. That's my wheelhouse. So
Check us out.
We'll
Check
post
us
it.
out.
Check us out.
Subscribe.
Business of Comedy on all platforms. We'll see you next week.
We sure will.